Hey, Paul here, hope you are well. So the markets right now, not looking too good, right? Bitcoin's going down like crazy. Altcoins are in a bloodbath, trying to swim, trying to gasp for air, drowning in their own blood. Don't know how I can get more graphic than that. And of course, the stock market not doing too much better, especially Tesla. Tesla is basically becoming electric submarines at this point. But I want to come online, tell you what I'm seeing in the charts, tell you what I'm seeing generally. Not so much technical analysis, even though we'll talk about that a little bit, but mostly what I'm seeing, what's going on, just giving you my opinion here. Because, look, if you remember early 2024, and I can show you the videos, you can go look at them yourselves. If anybody wants to challenge what I'm about to say right now, go ahead, challenge me in the comments, and I'll post the link to the videos, okay? Or at least 1 or 2 or 5. How many do you want for me to prove it to you, right? But I'll post at least 1 because I'm traveling tomorrow. But I was saying for a very long time, over a year, maybe even 2, that this bull market that we're currently in, it's gonna be a shorter bull market. Now, don't get crazy, don't go crazy right now. Let me conclude what I'm gonna say here so you don't take this out of context. I'm not telling you it's over, just bear with me. But I was saying we're gonna have a shorter bull market, that the top will come in end of 2024, beginning 2025, although it won't be the end of the markets. And when I say top, I'm talking about Bitcoin specifically, but I changed that a little bit, so wait, bear with me. But the top will be in end of 2024, beginning 2025, and then we're gonna have a dump, then we're probably gonna have another run up, and then we'll probably have a double top at about 109, or maybe a little bit higher than that, 120, whatever. And throughout the year, we got some pretty good calls, some pretty wild calls. We talked about all-time highs reaching before the halving. We talked about a lot of things back then, right? Right now, what we're seeing Bitcoin has in fact topped 109,000. I was calling for 100 to 140,000 top in this bull market. I'm not changing that. I did say if we break 140 to the upside, we might go to 180, but I wasn't going to wait for that. I would take profits a lot before that. But we saw a top here at 109,000, and now we came all the way down to 78,000, and we may or may not come down a little bit lower to the mid-70s, low 70s. This may be the bottom here. We don't know yet. But basically, this was anticipated. We're in this range. I was saying we have to break the range either to the upside or to the lower side. I was leaning towards the upside, granted. We broke to the lower side, and we came all the way down here. I called the first support around 80, 85K. We broke that even lower, and now we're going to come down over here. And you have to understand that in December, I was telling you to take profits into Bitcoin from altcoins, and I was calling for a dump before Trump. And then if the dump is not big enough, which it wasn't, then we're gonna have a dump after Trump. Now, the other thing that we saw is that the dump lasted a little longer than expected, especially when it came to altcoins. And the thing that confused us a bit was Bitcoin keeping in that range longer than I expected. So even though the altcoins, and I did say this live, I did say this in video, even though the altcoins got the dump we were expecting, Bitcoin didn't, but now it did. So what do I mean by now it did? Well, Bitcoin typically drops 30, 40, even 50% in bull markets. Yes, you heard that correctly. 30, 40, even 50% in bull markets. And what confused us is, was that dump in Bitcoin enough? Was just under 20% enough of a dump? And it seems like it wasn't. Now we're getting that 30% dump. We're at 30% right now, dump, roughly. It could go lower, but we got enough of a dump in Bitcoin. What happens is the market needs to reset so we can go to the upside. You have to understand that we've been running up in a straight line almost since 15.6K, right? Which we called. We called the bottom exactly before it even got there. So we've been running since then, straight line up. Yes, I know we had some hiccups along the way. Yes, I know it was annoying. But if you zoom out, it was a straight up pump. like what did you expect? Now, there's a few things to consider here. Number one, the faster Bitcoin drops, the better. because there's less resistance to the upside and we can have that V-shaped recovery. We could also get this out the way so we can continue. Markets need to reset. Is this Trump's fault? Is it that fault? It doesn't matter. Technical analysis wise, we saw this, we just didn't want to accept this, okay? Me too. I'm telling you right now, I saw the charts. I was trying to be unbiased as possible. I was saying the bullish side and the bearish side, but I didn't want to accept it. And when I was saying take profits into Bitcoin was so that if we go to the upside, will you continue to be exposed to crypto with Bitcoin? And then you can buy lagging plays. But if we went down, you could use Bitcoin to buy altcoins, which dump further. So right now, if you took profits in Bitcoin like I did, you could be buying altcoins. Now, am I buying altcoins at this point? I'm buying very small positions, but not from my Bitcoin, just from money that's coming in. Right? But generally speaking, I'm keeping my Bitcoin because just like you, and I admit this, I also get scared. Of course I'm scared, right? Just because I'm smiling, right? I just went inside. It's funny. I just went inside at my girlfriend. She's sitting with her mother. They're watching TV. They're watching something on TV. I don't really want to talk about it. But they're like, oh my God, you don't know how serious this is? Because I was making fun of it a little bit because I don't watch TV, by the way, or news or anything like that. And they're like, oh my God, you don't know how much insane. And the kid doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Like, and they don't understand. And they can't possibly fathom the fact that I lost a few $100,000 worth in crypto right now, okay? Even though I'm 64% in Bitcoin. So even though I took profits before that, because I had different expenses and so on, I live off crypto, I'm down. So I'm hurting as well. And if anything, crypto teaches you resilience because I'm here smiling, and don't think I'm just smiling here for the camera. I'm smiling every day. I'm smiling, I'm having fun, I'm doing my thing. And yes, there are points where I get nervous. And when we broke under 90K, yes, I got nervous, but now I don't care because I know this is part of the game. I'm expecting the 30, 40, 50% dumps. I'm like, okay, this is on track because before, it was kind of like I was confused. Why isn't Bitcoin dumping? And you know, it's the unfamiliarity of or what you don't understand that you fear. Once you know what's going on, you know what to do, you know how to tackle it, you improvise, you adapt, you overcome. So now I know, okay, we're gonna go down to these levels over here, more than likely. Maybe we're going up right now. We actually talked about this a couple of days ago, right? Yesterday, we talked about this range over here. Maybe we come down here, probably not. Usually the market does a little bit less or a little bit more than expectation. So that's why I like using ranges in general. And that's it. Let's see what happens. And you have to understand that crypto overall, and I'll look at altcoins a bit, is bullish. Why is it bullish? Like, oh my God, Trump is doing this, Trump is doing that, the price is going down. Yeah, but the price was going to go down anyway. It paves the way for them to go up, to continue going up. It gets everyone out. Imagine this, you know, buying Bitcoin at 109,000. Yes, a lot of people did. Buying your altcoins at super physiological levels. Yes, some people did. But it doesn't give way for investors and real money coming in. Now that the price is resetting in altcoins, in Bitcoin, there's more people that will come in and make more money. It's safer, there's less risk. And a lot of people use leverage. Those people need to get flushed out. A lot of idiots got rich, and this happens every single time. The XRP army, the shitcoiners, these coins, everybody thinks they're rich on paper, and they get wrecked. They have to get wrecked. Why? Because 95% of the people are gonna be poor. I know this sounds bad, what I'm saying, but when you see too many people becoming rich, it never works. That's why a lot of people in the XRP army, I'm just not picking on the XRP army right now, I'm just want to give it to you as an example, right? A lot of people in the XRP army will get wrecked because they won't take profits. The price will go to $4, maybe $7, shy of $10. They won't take profit because they're waiting for that 10K, and they're gonna get completely wrecked. More than likely, okay? Everything's possible. I'm just saying, giving you as an example here. And the same thing with shitcoiners. They're like, oh, buy the dip. And I kept on saying in some videos, one day you're gonna buy the dip, it's gonna dip more, and it's gonna buy the dip again, it's gonna dip some more, I'm gonna buy the dip again, and it's gonna dip some more into a bear market. But this is not, in my opinion, a bear market, okay? It's just not. Because even though I said that the top will come in end of 2024, beginning 2025, when Trump won, I said that, wait a minute, this might be on track for mid-2025 and 2025, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I said we're going to have a massive jump regardless. And if it's not the end of the bear market, that we're going to have a massive dump that's going to look like a bear market. I said that in quite a few videos. So this is what's going on now. This is a big enough dump making it look like it's a bear market. And it's it's almost where we called it after Trump takes office, because the dump before Trump wasn't big enough. So as taking office, we're gonna have one of those. This is what's happening. We're gonna have probably another one during the summer or around that time. I'm not gonna give you a specific date or anything, okay? Just like I work in ranges with technical analysis, I work in ranges when it comes to time in the market, because it's impossible to time it perfectly. Yes, I know I got 15.6K perfectly. Yes, I know I called the double top in the previous bull market with a drop to 30K perfectly, but you have to understand it was the range, and the perfect price was a bit of luck involved, okay? When I won the bet with Gareth Soloway, there was a bit of luck involved. The bet was that the bottom will be in at $15,000 to $17,000. And then in the same video, as we were making the bet, this was months before it got there, in the same video, as we were making the bet from $15,000 to $17,000, I said, oh, probably 15.6. Because, and that was a bit of a calculation, because I thought that was the wrecking point for everybody, because all pros and amateurs, that's what I look for, wrecking points when it comes to bottoms and tops of the market. And that's basically how I got it. So there was a bit of luck involved in 15.6. I mean, 15.6 exactly, that's insane. Right? So it was a range, 15 to 17K, okay? Now, and I've mentioned this in quite a few videos. So what we're looking at now is a flush out of bad players, of idiots, the poor people that deserve to be poor, remaining to be poor. I know, again, that sounds bad, but that's just the way it is. And then what we're gonna see here is most people are missing the bullishness when it comes to crypto. Like, people are missing that crypto has the green light. I mean, the SEC is pro-crypto. They're going to start going for bad players only. A lot of cases are getting dismissed. You're basically saying, Trump is saying, you know, crypto, you're free to do what you want. Go ahead, innovate, make money, right? We have this flush out now, but you're free to make money. And this means utility is going to come back, more projects are going to start working, and this will be good for the market overall. I could argue that Trump saved crypto. Because I know it doesn't look like it right now. A lot of people saying Trump is bad for crypto. They're fucking morons. Because if you had an anti-crypto administration, this could have been a lot worse, or it wouldn't have came to the point where utility will start coming in. Meme coins would continue, and that's probably it, because meme coins have no utility, therefore they're not securities. So this would be going on even worse. And yes, I know Trump made the meme coin and all that, but even that was a signal, right? And yes, it was a topping signal, but also a signal that you are allowed to do this shit, that we can do this shit, right? So there's a lot going on here. Yes, there was scammers, there's always scammers. And I called this an FTX type of scam when it came with Matera and all that, and what was it, Hayden and all that crap when he was, with a meme coin. And I even suspected someone was behind this stuff, and it turned out that it was, and I made tweets about it. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, you should, because I say a lot of shit on Twitter that I can't put in videos, even though I'll talk about it in live streams, and I even talk about it in this video. A lot of people don't watch the whole video and miss this stuff, but some important things are on my Twitter or X profile, so follow me there. It's MC Paul D. Right? MC Paul D. And yeah, and you'll see me over there. And basically follow me because, I think I give a lot of good information. Plus I talk about different events I'm going to, etc. Anyway, more about that in a second. So let's say what the strategy is right now, okay? Because right now you're seeing Bitcoin dump, maybe found the bottom, just go over 480K as I'm talking in this video. You're seeing altcoins devastated and so on. And you have to understand that even if this is the end of the bull market, that you have a drop, nothing goes down a straight line. You have a drop, you're gonna have a dead cat bounce if it's the end of the bull market. So it's gonna go down, up, won't reach the highs, then go down even more. But because we dropped down so fast, because we dropped down so rapidly, that bounce is gonna be pretty big, more than likely. So you have a chance to exit the market. And you also have a chance to see, are we gonna go down, come up, and then go down again, to get out? or at least take profits. You could buy now and take profits here to minimize loss if we go down, or take profits and keep going up and be where you were before to, again, there's so many different strategies you can do here. And you know what? I think it's worth talking about them. Shall I do a sketch here? Let's try something. And again, I don't want to edit this video, so bear with me. This is not going to be edited or anything. So let's see how this works. Give me a second here. All right, let me just go here. All right, yeah. So look, let me show you this. So let's look at Bitcoin at 90K. This was the range up here, 109K. Bear with me, okay? Because I know this is not, I'm not going to draw this exactly, whatever. And then we dropped now to about 78K here. Okay? So we took a drop, it was pretty big drop, like pretty steep drop. And now we're coming up. Now, if this is the end of the bear market, if this is the end of the bull market, as we're coming up here, somewhere in this region over here, we'll bounce back down. Okay? Now, the higher we go, the better chance we have to do this strategy. But the higher we go, the better chance we do this strategy. But if it's a bear market, this is going to potentially happen, right? And it's not going to go straight down the line. There'll be parts to go in. So you have a chance. Here's what you can do right now. Number one, you can wait to see the dead cat bounce. If this happens and it goes down, and let's say goes under this point here again, right? And this is actually real. This is about real. I don't know what the price is, but this is what it's going to look like. Then it's probably the end. You should get out. You should exit at least to a point where you are safe. You should exit, okay? So don't be overexposed. You can still hold, of course, because we'll know once this point is broken. And I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, this is where you're safe. So that's one thing you could look at. See the dead cat bounce, how it's going to work out. So this would typically be a fake out over here, and then would go on under. And the other thing you can do right now is buy. So the other thing you can do, if you buy right now, what you can do is not wait to see if it's a dead bounce, but take profits when we're higher. And that way, you'll minimize some of your loss, and as we're coming back down, you'll have more time to reevaluate, get out of your rest of your positions, and so on. Now, when I say buy, I mean buying in a DCA structure, because you have to understand this can go lower here. This could look like something like this, right? But you get what I mean. So there's different strategies you can do here. I talk about all this in my course, by the way, that's coming out. You can actually pre-buy it as an early bird. You don't have to, by the way. You get a lot of these videos for free. There's a free mailing list that talks about a lot of this stuff as well. Over 1,700 videos for free. I think it's 1,800 now, maybe 900. But if you want to have like a course where you can learn how to trade, invest, trade, and think, just like me, I have a course literally called Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor. The link is in the description down below. Check it out. You don't have to buy it, again, but it's just what I'm doing, and I have some surprises coming. It's a way to support me, learn from me, and yeah, there is some extra stuff in there as well. But check it out. Again, you don't have to buy it. It's just something I'm working on. Talking about working on, before I continue with the video, I am going to be traveling tomorrow. I'm going to Romania as part of my tour. Should we call it a tour? A lineup tour. Yeah, we could call it that. When I say tour, I keep on thinking it's just for MCs and when I was an artist and so on. But anyway, but if you come over here, again, my Twitter. See right here, I'm actually speaking at the Nordic Blockchain Conference in Sweden in June 18. And then I'm also speaking at Next Blockchain Expo in Warsaw at March 19. Now, tomorrow, I'll be traveling to Romania. I'll be there for a few days because on the 2nd of the 3rd, we have the Crypto Expo Europe, and I'm actually a media partner there. And then I'm going to all these places, token 2049, maybe more are going to be added on here. But the dates are here, you can check it out. Please go ahead and share this or like this here. Let me just repost this myself since none of you are doing it. But yeah, that is that. And there's also a post here that goes more into detail of where I'm going and so on. And you get discounts, there's discount codes, you can meet me there and so on. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm doing that. I'm also working on my indicator. I have an indicator coming out that's going to be for the course. This is an indicator that is custom to me. My trading style will tell you when to get in and out long term. It's like no other indicator out there. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I'm working on it. It's kind of hard to do, but I'm working on it. I'm working with a company, so there's that. And more than likely, and it's not 100%, more than likely you'll get that free with the course. Okay, but again, it's not 100%. The course will teach you what I'm doing, but I might be able to supply it with the course. For people that already got in to the course, if you're in my group, it's a bit different for you. I'm just talking about generally, okay? So, yeah, so check out the descriptions down below if you want to support me. So let's get back to the chart. So we're looking here now, as I'm speaking, as I'm making this video, we're looking at 80,000. So now something about altcoins. We want a V-shaped recovery, that would be great, back into this range. But even if we don't, if we just range sideways here, altcoins might be able to run. I know it doesn't look like that now, and especially if you look at our picks, we're down a lot as well, right? So these are some of our main picks over here, and we are down a lot on the day. If you go to the weekly, also down. If you go to the monthly, you're going to start crying, except for S. This was actually pretty good, right? And then you have our smaller positions that are not too bad compared to others. But yeah, down on the monthly, go to the daily here. Now, if you go to the hourly, you'll see some of them are starting to bounce. This is because they're waiting for Bitcoin to go into a range. We don't need Bitcoin to start going up for altcoins to go up. As a matter of fact, if Bitcoin ranges here, altcoins may actually have the lead way. Altcoins may start pumping more than Bitcoin, giving us a mini alt season and potential extended alt season or normal alt season in the sense that Bitcoin dominance is probably down right now. I'm not going to go look at it right now. Again, I just want to get this video out for you to watch and give you some, not hopium, but perspective. And if we are in a bear market, and I don't think we are, we should be expecting that bounce so you can minimize loss the way I told you to. Also, very normal for Bitcoin to fall 30, 40, 50% in the bull market. We're now around 30%. We've dropped enough. I'm not saying we're not going to drop more, but we dropped enough. This was the drop I was saying that we need to have. We're going to probably have another one around the summertime. And then we just reevaluate and see what happens. And yes, I know, let's go back to what I said early 2024, which is over a year ago. So you have to give me some slack here. I said Bitcoin top late 2024, beginning 2025. We got that. And then I also said that I extended that after that we're going to have another top in the market later on. Or maybe that is the top and we just double top once more and then go down. We don't know that yet. But I did say 100 to 140,000 by the end of 2024. I did call 100 to 140,000 the top of the bull market. That was a sign I got scared as well because I'm like, I can't go too much. If it goes, that's the other thing. If it went over that before I was expecting it to go a little higher. I was expecting to go at least to 115, 120K before we did this drop. But in hindsight always, you can't blame yourself. You did the best you could with information you had at the time. But in hindsight, we had to have a drop. Otherwise, this market would have ended early. So this is actually a good thing. Again, Trump gave the green light for crypto to keep running. This means not the end of crypto for the next 4 years or even more. It could have been a lot worse. And is there anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, remember that the harder the fall, the bigger the bounce. I did make some notes here in case you're wondering. This is it, right? Just in case I forgot, but I got everything. Sometimes before I do a video, I'll take some notes so I can remember what I want to talk about, so I can have some sort of thing, but I don't like looking. And when I look down, by the way, in my videos, I don't look at notes. It's just me thinking. And when I look over there, it's just me thinking. And it's also so I don't keep eye contact with you. Because I know a lot of people think you have to keep constant eye contact, and that's a good thing, but it kind of is not. You have to look away. It's more natural. You know, people get things wrong so much. Just like TA, you read something, but then you don't know enough context to be able to apply it, and you get wrecked. It's the same thing when it comes to psychology and so on. So a lot of people say, oh, just look people in the eyes and don't break eye contact. No, that's actually quite aggressive. If I'm looking at you like this and I just keep talking like this and don't look away, it's not only unnatural, it's not only annoying, it can get scary and creepy. So when people tell you to talk to girls like this, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. It's crazy. So you're supposed to maintain eye contact, but you have to look away sometimes and look back. It's more natural and the other person feels comfortable. Does that make sense? And also, when it comes to psychology, a lot of people say, oh, he's looking away, that means he's lying. No, not really. It's also thinking. There's something to be said if you look to the right side or to the left side, and so on. A lot of people say that if you cross your arms, you're negative and you don't want to listen. Well, no, it could be because you're cold. You do learn less, though. They made like different psychological experiments where you have your arms folded. It's actually a protection to your chest psychologically, but you also learn more less information comes. I used to teach this stuff in sales and marketing, by the way, and consumer psychology. Just like if you're, you know, a lot of people, I'm not talking about basic shit. I'm talking about, you know, advanced sales psychology. So let me give you an example, just so you know. It almost goes to the realms of brainwashing. So when you are talking to a girl, you know how people tell you, a lot of pros tell you have to touch your client, right? And you do. The question is, when do you touch? And I actually explained this in some of my books and seminars back in the day. Let's say you're dating a girl, you're on a date with a girl in a bar. You take it to a bar so you could be standing, you could be close. You don't take it to the movies. You don't take it to a restaurant. You could, or a club, fuck that. A bar is the best because you kind of like have contact, you could touch her and so on. And a lot of, you know, people tell you, oh, you have to touch the girl to get contact, but it's when you touch her. Because if you touch her at the wrong time, it could be creepy, it could be scary, it could be like annoying, it could be a whole bunch of things. Well, the time you touch her is when she smiles or laughs after your joke. See, if she's smiling or laughs and you touch her, over time, this touch it becomes associated with smiling and laughter. And you can do the same thing with safety and other feelings. So you can associate your touch to these feelings, and then over time, you can actually use this to your advantage. I know it's sneaky, crazy, but this is the world we live in, right? Just like the Trump handshake. I don't know, a lot of people were making fun of the Trump handshake. In 2016, I was making videos about it. The Trump handshake is actually quite genius. Because here's the thing with a Trump handshake, right? When you shake someone's hand, this is straight, okay? This is like 50-50. It's like, okay, this is a strong, nice handshake. Never do it like this soft, disgusting handshake or anything like that. But this is a 50-50 handshake, right? And if you go a little bit tilted, that's control. That means you have control. And if you give control like this, it means the other person is controlling you. Now, what Trump will do, and this is interesting because a lot of times, if somebody does this and overcaps your handshake, you would take a left leg step in, so it naturally moves your hand to it being straight again, or you to take control. There's a lot of games that people play. So what does Trump do? Trump gives his hand like this, open or straight, and if somebody tries to over or cup shake him, he pulls in. He actually pulls in and taps him on the shoulder, showing his friendly, but at the same time showing his power, taking control. Even the other person doesn't know how to react because he's still in overpalm, but everybody else sees the other person as weak, right? And I made videos about this on my old channel. It's called Paul DeMarco. It's by my name. You can check it out if you want. Maybe you can find it with the Sales Infiltrator. But this is the kind of things I used to talk about and also teach to companies, and so on. Now, some people might say it's unethical, maybe, but if you're a politician, you have to learn this shit. Trump invented that, by the way. I haven't seen anybody else use it, and I actually discovered that. So it's not like I heard it from someone else. This is something I discovered. I used to study sales psychology and actually come up with different things. A lot of people don't know this, but I actually literally invented certain types of marketing and cold calling and so on. I actually literally discovered and invented these. That's what I used to do. Anyway, enough about me. Markets, devastating. Have we lost money? Yes. Will crypto make you resilient? Yes. Will people in the comments hate me? Yes, there's going to be a lot of people calling me. I see a lot of comments every day, especially now. All these YouTubers are this. All these YouTubers are that. Never trust YouTubers. Yeah, okay, I agree with you mostly, but don't be so absolute, because I could say the same thing about your comments. All commenters are poor. All commenters talking about YouTubers are poor. They don't understand. It's not like that. There's exceptions to the rule, and if you don't see that, that's what will get you wrecked in life, not in crypto, but in life, because you won't be able to distinguish the difference. Don't be so absolute. There's 3 sides to a coin. Oh my God, Paul, what are you talking about? There's 2 sides. No, there's 3 sides to a coin. There's the heads, the tails, and the edge. And you need to be able to stand on the edge and look at all 3 sides, including the side that you're on. And with that said, thank you very much. Make sure you check out this video right here. Don't worry too much about the markets. Go outside, take a stroll. If you have to worry about it, if you have to do something, do what I suggested, the tactic or strategy I told you in this video. Check this video out, and I'll see you in the next video.